Alright, ladies and gents, today we're in the greenhouse and we already got all our stuff started. We got tomatoes, we got kale, peppers, eggplant, Swiss chard, a lot of stuff. That's right, it's go time. So I wanted to give you guys just a quick view of everything that we're kind of growing. And this is our first season that we're going to be growing in the high tunnel. So those tomatoes way back there are the plants that are going in the high tunnel. And everything is looking really good. We don't start the seeds in here. I'm not sure if you guys remember, we started a cold box, which we use for a warm box in the springtime, wintertime, to get the seed started. So what you see here was already popped, all the seeds already popped, and some of them we already transplanted. So we started the tomatoes in 50s, which are these guys. So this is one set, the most recent that we pulled out of the warm box, and some of them didn't pop, but they'll pop hopefully. I gotta water them, so that's one of the things I wanted to show you is our watering system. This is the Solo sprayer, which we use pretty regularly. The biggest thing is that when you're talking about watering is keeping your water as warm as possible. You don't want to give your new seedlings cold water. And the way we try to remedy that is we keep the water in with the heat with everything else. So real quick, I'm going to show you how I spray. If I can bend down, let's get this guy cranked. And you want to pump it all the way so you get a good pressure. There we go. And I just come along like this. I normally do it at a straight angle like this. And what I do normally, I usually do 2 passes. And I'll be doing this while they're under the lights too, before they even get to this stage. Just like that. So we're in our cold box, which we use also for 2 functions. So in the wintertime, we're starting for all our seedlings, so it's basically a nice warm box, and we keep it around 85, 90 degrees in here, primarily from the lights. The lights provide a lot of heat, and these are just regular fluorescent lights. We did a comparison between like actual grow lights that cost at least twice the price more and regular fluorescent lights, and there's no difference. I mean, you're only keeping the seedlings in here long enough for them to pop, okay? And as you can see, some of them have already popped, but always make sure you check your temperature, make sure it's nice and warm in here. We keep our warm container also in here of water, so that the water is nice and warm as well. So I already got my water pumped up in here, so I water it right when it's on the shelves. And so let me just show you how I do that. Alright guys, so this is our dipping station, and at the point where your plants get big enough that their roots are going to be at the bottom of these seedlings, then that is the point where you can start dipping them in this dipping tray. And the reason why is that the seeds in this tomato tray, they're so small, the roots haven't gotten to the bottom. I'm not even going to try to attempt to push it out, because I know it's not going to be probably not even halfway down as far as the root system goes. So if I try to push this out and show you that, I could damage it, so I don't want to take a chance in that. So we're going to look at something like this. And these were started on the 7th of March. These were started on the 4th of
February.
And let me just show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to grab this little guy. And just so you know, when you're pulling these out, you want to slightly loosen up the soil on the walls like that. And try not to get a habit of just pulling these out, because that's where you can pull it out and pull half the roots out with it. So just try to be really careful. Sometimes you'll get a feel for like, okay, that's coming out pretty nicely. So that's what I'm talking about. You got the root system already set up there, and so this will benefit from dipping it in the dipping station. So basically what we do, and the reason why these are not completely full is because these are leftovers from transplants. So they go from here into the bigger pots. But we're going to just put it in here, all right, and that's it. Okay, I can feel the weight on it, and sometimes what I do, like especially on the edges that are like, you know, a little bit, I slash a little bit of water on there just to get the edges, because sometimes when you dip it in here, especially if you don't have this filled up all the way, so make sure that you have this tray filled up pretty nicely, at least, I don't know, 2-3 inches deep. And we got this from Tractor Supply. I don't know if there's a Tractor Supply where you guys are at, but I think
we saw it at Lowe's too.
Lowe's had them too. Yeah, they're not that expensive. I don't know, maybe like what, 12 bucks?
Yeah, I don't think it was.
So,
how often do you water?
Oh yeah, that's going to depend on, let's just assume it's a sunny day, and you're probably going to have to water twice a day. It really just depends on your climate. On cloudy days, rainy days, you're probably not going to have to water at all. But if you're in a situation like us where we have this little greenhouse and then we cover it up at night with another sheet of plastic and then we throw the heaters on, you know, you really just have to monitor it, just eyeball it, look at it, and see what's dry, pick things up, you know, and then, you know, that's why I say make sure when you're picking things up that you know how it feels like when it's ready, when it's good, when it's filled with water, they're good to go. Don't overwater it, don't underwater it, and the biggest thing is, you know, don't expose them to extreme temperatures when they're just in the early stages of growing. And these are in the mid stages. These still are still in the vegging stage. They start off small, then they move to this, and then they move to this, right? And then eventually they'll get big like those guys, and then of course you know what happens from there. They're in the ground and they start producing wonderful fruit. So right now we're still in the veg mode, getting them to grow big and strong, and but yeah, that's pretty much the key, is keeping the water nice and warm. When you're using your dipping station, you're using it at the right time when the plants are big enough. Otherwise you're just spraying overhead with your sprayer. And I like to use the spray mode in like fan mode. I guess it's called fan mode, not straight, because if you do straight, you're basically going to make a lot of indents in your soil in the 50s and stuff. So, all right, guys. So I hope that explains some of the questions. And you know, you guys got more questions, keep them coming. I'll try to do a video and show you some examples of what we're doing. Excuse my sweatiness, but we are in the greenhouse, and you know how I get down. I just sweat. That's just how it goes. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out of here. Keep doing your thing out there. Keep growing. Be organic. Peace out.